story in John. And in this story, God is telling his people to trust him. And this man comes running up to him. And he tells him, he's like, my son is about to die. Come heal him. Come put your hands on him. And Jesus turns around, looks at this man and says, go home. Your son is going to live. Go home. And this man turned around and went home. And his son lived. I know trusting and having faith in God seems impossible sometimes. But it's not, it wouldn't be faith if it was easy. Over and over and over, the Bible tells us, trust in me. Trust in me. Believe in me. Matthew 18 tells us, he said, these children, they believe in me. Believe like little children. Humility that comes from believing in God. It takes trust. Like, it's easy for us to say I believe, but then we turn around and we question God. You know, Moses didn't enter into the promised land because his unbelief. I know it was through his disobedience, but his disobedience was because of his unbelief. He didn't trust God enough to show the people how holy God really was. And so he told him and Aaron right there at that rock. He said, you're not going to enter into the promised land because you did not believe me. That's what he said. He said, you will not enter into the promised land because you did not believe me. And Moses didn't enter into the promised land. Now, God did provide grace in that moment. He did provide him and the Israelites water. This new season, y'all, I feel it coming in me, and God keeps speaking to me about this new season, about letting go of the old way of thinking and the old way of doing things. We can't walk in this new season in unbelief. We can't walk in this new season not trusting what we heard from God. We can't be lukewarm in this season. We need to let the Joshua in us rise up. We know who God is. You know, Joshua 23 tells us, you know within your heart the things I've done for you. I have never failed you. So why are you questioning this? Why are you questioning this? Isaiah 7:9 tells us, if you are not strong enough to trust me, you will not win. I don't know who this message is for today, but you can trust God. And you can take this word back to God and ask God to strengthen you. Ask God to strengthen your faith. Ask God to help your unbelief. God will honor that. He will honor that. And that's another thing I want to remind you guys. Like, I think we limit the promise because we have our mindset on like what it's supposed to look like. What it's supposed to look like. Our minds can't comprehend the things that God has for us. It's going to be better than you can imagine.